Ready when you are.
Okay, everybody have their mic on?
Please check your microphone.
Hello? Check.
Testing.
If you would, just stay in the general vicinity of it so that we can pick you up. Likewise, that is.
All our listeners.
Okay, Cecil Township Parks and Recreation Board meeting, Thursday, July 3rd. In attendance, board members Barb Russman, Heather Mander, Wendy Johnson, Arden Staff, Lauren Hierig, Harry. Oh, I'm sorry. This is, okay. Absent Nicole Lewis, Township Representative Jack King. No guests here. Meeting called to order at 6:30. There's no public comments. June meeting minutes submitted for board approval. Motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Financial status update, Jack?
In front of you is the current spreadsheet. This is the one I give to you every meeting. Want to walk through it so that we're all on the same page. We understand what the entries are, where we stand, the current state, if you will, and then anticipated expenses. I have some of my own type of entries that I want to make sure you're clear with. So first page is, of course, all the donors, what they donated to and how much it was. And you can see that Range Resources gave us $5,000, $2,500 for the fishing derby. They paid for the fish, and $2,500 for the fall festival. Going down to Western Area Technology, that was $500. And, I'm sorry, you could see if they wrote in with a donation and said specifically fall festival, that's what you see in the fall festival. Okay, so you know, as of right now, we have $25,980 that has been donated just for the fall festival. Overall, we have $31,044 that have been donated this year. So, good amount. Where we are missing is last year Range gave us $10,000, not $5,000. Gateway gave us $3,000 when normally they give us $4,000. They haven't given us any this year yet. So that number could easily be up around $40,000 if those numbers, if that money had come in yet. So we can go down to the expenses. The red line deviates. Now, what I don't have is it broken by page, so I'll probably have that done next time. So you'll have basically donations on one side, expenses on another page. But as you can see, we've incurred some expenses. For those of you that didn't know, you'll see the Amazon charge of $6.95. That's shipping. The movie Moana 2 was ordered on Wednesday. I believe somebody's text message said a 24-hour delivery. It did not come by Friday, and I anticipated that it would be here by Saturday, and it wasn't. So it finally arrived on Monday. I returned it, and what they do is they'll give you your money back, but not the shipping. So that's the $6.95 that you see there. I did have to buy a microphone, I think, which kind of saved the day. Where you're sitting, years past, there were several microphones. I tried every one of those with connections and everything to make it work. So I ended up buying a pretty nice one. That's the 3116. And then, of course, we had the lays for the movie night. You see there, Laurel Hill Trout Farm, basically what that cost us. So of the $2,500 that Range donated, we used $2,485. You can see the anticipated Mike the Balloon Guy, not only for, now, of course, he was here for the Easter egg hunt, and we had the tattoos and the balloon artists, $325 each. And then we have, basically that bill was $7,300, I believe, because what you'll see over in the column under Fall Festival, I have a negative $335. That's a credit. They always give us something on the bill. So the bill was $7,700 and some. They gave us a $335 credit. So to make this work, I put that in there, and I just put it under Mike the Balloon Guy. But you can see the breakdown for the Fall Festival anticipated expenses. Moving on down, you can see that Steel City, let's see, miscellaneous, various things. I mean, there's nominal stuff, whether it's, stuff for the concession stand or who knows, I can get the receipts if you want to see them. Steel City Mobile Golf, that's going to be $750. Of course, that's for Community Day. We also have Water Slide and Toddler Slide, $1,465, and we figured in DJ Matt in there as well for $300. And the rest you're seeing stack up in the Fall Festival, and that's what I know right now. There's going to be some additions to that. I know there's a couple invoices out there for Community Day that I have not received. So once they come in, I'll be adding those numbers in there as well.
Whose didn't you receive?
Who was the one, Nicole? The animal.
Wild World Animals, yeah.
Okay.
And
Because the golf guy sent his,
yeah, that's already
and
paid.
the balloons sent his. We still owe him money. Inflatable guy.
Yeah, because I only paid the deposit.
Right.
Yeah, and that's queued up to go the week of the event. So, but it's figured in totally here.
Okay. So the only ones is the animals didn't come in, or is there anything else?
What else am I missing? There's another one I'm missing, but I know the animal one. Nicole sent him a note. I have not received anything from for that. I just don't even know how much it is. I think it's a ballpark. Let's see, area Wild World Animals. See, it's open right there. So I don't know how much that is.
I think it was like 600 or 700, right? Did
Yeah.
you put that in a text?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Well, all that to say, we have. I took the Coke products. I spread them over 3 months because that's 3 months shelf life. I have movie royalties in there for all three. I have Wild World Animals $557. That's for the Fall Festival, but I don't know how much this is going to be. I could guesstimate it's going to be $575, not $557. Guesstimate the same amount. Which, if I put that in there now, you can see at the bottom that with everything, we're about 3,100 over what was budgeted just for that. Now, in a minute, I'll explain to you what I'm going to do to cover that. So you can see the movie royalties, 405. Understand that's a discount because we did the 3-movie package. It would have been probably around 600 for royalties for each movie if we did them single. So there's some savings there. Sam's, BJ's, groceries, I spread that over several. That's typical startup for the concession stand. So what I did this last one, I broke down movie night and community day because I spent about $240 some there. So I spread that out. Like I said, it looks like 262 there. And of course, we have princess engagements. We gave her $100. I think it was $70. We tipped her $30. So I put that in there as well. Notice the Sign Up Genius. I just spread that over the course of the entire year because we're going to be using it through December. Right below that, you'll see that I took $1,000 out of the account per month to cover what we haven't received from either Gateway or Range or somebody else. Expense-wise, for the Easter egg hunt, that'd be the first one up. 580 were donated of the $1,000, and we had expenses of 1172, so left 407.46. And you can see how that broke down all the way going across. We get down to Community Day, and we're saying that we're 3140 there, but if I take everything from previous, say exactly how much that is. That's 48 of money that we didn't use that was budgeted, including the $1,000 that I added. So we're still okay there, and that's going to be applied. Continue to be applied throughout. When you get all the way over to the fall festival, you can see we're over at this point. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take these dollar amounts, I'm going to keep pushing them further down so that there's money there. I think I've accounted for everything I can think of right now. I know Barb's looking at some of the bands. We guesstimated some of their fees, and it's just a matter of Always Safe. I'm not sure if we're going to go with them this year. Being, for parking and that type of thing, they pro bonoed us $6,000 last year for parking for those 2 days, and we needed it. We needed their help. So hopefully we can get some of our public works crew out there to do that. They're dying to help out, and hopefully I'm going to be able to put them to work. We just have to get the overtime okayed, but they all want to help out. So. See, what else can I tell you? You can see we don't have much estimated. We have no donations for either Trailer Treats or Simply Christmas, movie night, car cruise, etc. So, bottom line right now, we have received donations of $31,044. We have expenses right now of $41,800. And right now we can pretty much cover everything that we're out for right now. So we are going to raise prices in the concession stand again. It looks like we're going to go with an Apple Cube. It's going to be based on my cell phone. I'm getting a township cell phone, so that's going to be the payment. I think it'll be easier on everybody. We won't have the consternation that tends to arise. We still will have a cash payment system, but it's going to be a lot less and a lot less hassle. Instead of $300 in the box, we'll probably have 100, mostly ones and fives. I might make it 150 just to keep it simple. So, okay, any questions? That's where we stand right now. I believe I have, let's see, I put in here application fees, $14,250. And yeah, that's.
I think we have about 3 outstanding.
Okay.
That sounds about right. About 3 outstanding
What?
in application fees that we're waiting on checks.
I think we have more than that.
Is it more than that?
Yeah, there's more than that.
Okay, so I can see us topping out about 16 or 17,000 on application fees. So, hang on to that. All I'm going to do is add to this moving forward. This is as detailed accountability as I think we've ever had, but I'm doing that because of the fact that we don't have almost $10,000 in donations that we were spoiled with in previous years. So, okay.
Yep.
Do we ever get like township money?
Okay. See where it says Cecil Township at the bottom?
That $1,000 going across here.
Okay.
Right there?
That's it? Like, we used to get more?
Don't take that exit.
No?
No, I mean, we've always had donations and that type
Yeah,
of thing.
we've covered
And when they
ourselves.
didn't have donations, it was a lot less than what it is today.
Okay.
We've covered ourselves for 5 years now.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why you've been able to do everything, to this level. So, and I just told him, I said, I'm taking $10,000 out of out of the general fund for this. So,
I am going to make another post and see. And last year, I think we did a second mailing to the ones that normally donate that hadn't donated by this time. We did a second mailing and brought
Yeah.
more money in that way too.
yeah,
Who
Yeah.
usually says something to Gateway, like, or do
Jack
they
does.
just, okay.
yeah. And I've talked to him about it already.
Yeah.
See, one of the things they've moved presidents. Dan Dysarth, who's our township engineer, used to be the president.
Yeah.
He's president emeritus now, and he's on a project in North Carolina. And he's kind of, I mean, when I call him, he's either driving or he's down there, So I'm just going to remind him, about the fall festival and how much we appreciate all, his past contributions and that type of thing. So hopefully that'll be coming shortly.
Okay. All right. Anything else on, any questions or anything from anybody on that? Okay. Jack, do you have an update on our request about Arlene and the concession stand?
It is with Tom Cassiola and the chair of the Board of Supervisors. He is discussing it with, and there's a lot on their plate right now, and I'm not making that as an excuse. I keep reminding him I was hoping it was going to be on the agenda for this month, and I expect probably an answer by August, September at the latest.
Okay.
It's probably going to be yes. It's just this is how things, progress through the system.
Okay. Movie night recap. Personally, I think movie night went really well. I do wish we had had a little more attendance, but I think the rodeo being in Avella had a lot to do with that.
Yep.
And also, Moana was also shown at,
Several places.
yeah, everywhere that night. Peters, I think, or.
And the
one
heat
of-
too.
Or they
It was
will.
so hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that affected us, but I'm still pleased with our turnout. And I think
Moana was
everything went well.
amazing.
Good.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, it was great.
That's great. Oh,
It was a
good.
great event.
So,
Yeah, and I'm going to be talking to our contact at Swank about that because the way she explained it to me, and that's why she was so detailed about the advertising, is if one place is showing it, they can't show it within a certain radius, But if they, and here's the problem: maybe these other groups didn't have the royalties, And if that's the case, then I'm going to let them deal with it. All right, but we did what we were supposed to do. We dotted the i's and we crossed the t's, and we find out that there's other communities had the same movie. So
yep. Okay, Community Day updates. Barb, do you want to go ahead and talk about everything that you've got going so far, and then we'll finish going through this with anything maybe you didn't cover?
Okay, so I talked with Samantha Lee. She's in charge of the children's market, and so far there's
who did you talk to?
Samantha Lee. She's in
Samantha Lee.
charge of Pittsburgh Children's Entrepreneur Group. But so far there's 38 booths, which is really good, and she still thinks there's going to be some more. She did have a question the last time I talked to her, and I told her I'd just bring it up about if it could be a little smoother with them coming in. And I don't remember them being a problem last time, but so I think the kids are supposed to come in around 9, get set up by 10.
Yeah,
They're supposed to stay the entire time. I seem to remember that some of the kids packed up a little early.
they did. But she told us last year not more than 4 hours. So
Okay.
it was like they'd come in at 9, they'd start at 10, and they should be out by 2. But
Okay.
they were leaving at 12:30, at 1. So I don't understand what she means smooth. I mean, is it a matter they want to drive in and set it up? But that's That's what
Yeah,
we,
I don't know what the problem was with it, but
Or
I
was it
don't-
just our confusion, everybody's confusion about the time, because we had 10 to 2, and then they said
That
they were
could have
doing
been it,
9 to
yeah.
1? Or
well, 10
something?
to 2 was the market,
Yeah.
which means they had to be here an hour in advance to get set up. And people were coming in at 10. You know, I mean, if it doesn't rain, I don't have a problem leaving that back gate open and they can drive around. But my understanding was this is supposed to be all the kids' stuff. The parents were supposed to take them to the parking lot and they were going to carry it in and set it up.
well, they get. I mean, I know because my granddaughter is now involved in it, and I mean, they get that big vendor booth. I mean, most little kids can't carry that. Some of them are 6, 7 years old, so they do need their parents to help them
Okay.
unload
yeah.
and get it set up. I mean, their booths are.
Yeah, some of them have pretty,
Substantial.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
All
they
right.
pay $25 and they get, you know, this little booth to set up, and then they have to do their own banner. Everything else they do themselves.
Okay, so is the setup going to be in the outfield like before, or are we going to move it closer?
I think around the outfield is fine.
Yeah, I think where they were last year was fine, don't you think?
Yeah, they kind of went around the baseball field, like all right next to each other. So I think they're good. I talked with Sam, the golf guy. We'll get him set up in the miniature golf.
Yep.
So we
was
need to
he-
make sure the gate doesn't get blocked. Last year, remember the gate to get into the tennis court to set up the mini golf was blocked by cars?
Oh,
No,
don't-
what
I was, like,
remember
out
is
in
it
the
was
outfield,
locked from the inside, and that was the issue. Now, blocked by cars, there should be no
Okay,
cars.
I just knew there was an issue that they weren't able to get in and set up on time.
Now, the only car we're going to let in there is Matt the DJ, right?
Yeah.
You and I talked about letting him park next to the stage, so it's set up and tear down. That's
Yeah.
fine. Is there anybody else that's going to need to?
well,
be-
Brad, that guy's coming Thursday. Supposedly, he's supposed to let us know. He's going to text us
Who's that?
for the inflatable guy. So it's Jim is the dad and Brad is the son. I've got their numbers. They're texting you.
Yeah. All right, so they're going to come in. All right, so if they're coming in Thursday, I'm going to let them in here because we're going to put them in the same place we did last year, near Pavilion 2. Is that
Well, no, he's
correct?
going to text you Thursday and set up
Come on
Friday,
Friday.
the day
Oh,
before.
okay. All
Which
right.
I will not be available that day to help with that. So
Okay.
um,
But you're okay with setting up where it was last year?
Yeah, I think it was fine.
Okay.
yeah, and then we have to have the hoses
Right.
hooked up. The duckies. Okay, this is. I went down to the senior center and talked to Sean. She's not available to help, but Tony is, and I have 4 or 5 high school volunteers that I have to remind. They all told me in May that they would do it, so hopefully they remember. And then Sean had the idea, like if we're selling these ducks for $5, this is what they did. And I didn't realize because I came at the end. I didn't realize they had sold them. They're for $5, and then they have prizes. So whoever wins actually gets some of the prize money. So I guess on Monday from 9 to 12, they give out the vouchers.
The day before?
The farmer, no, this
The
is
farmer's voucher.
Oh, okay.
this is farmers market
Yeah,
vouchers that
okay.
they give for like low income
heard of that,
seniors, and I guess they all come.
Yeah,
Monday's
Oh,
the
it's
day.
packed.
She goes,
It's
"Why don't you guys come down, set up a little
packed
table,
in
and
here.
sell some ducks?"
It's going to be busy. There's a
Here.
lot of people come down for
Yeah.
those
It's
vouchers.
So I
packed,
said
yeah.
I could do it. You know, maybe we could all take turns. I could come at 9 and we could switch off.
She was saying she could come at 9 and I'll come at, relieve her at 11 and do 11 to 1. And I'll
I think
just-
it's done at
It's okay with you.
noon.
Yeah,
We
it's
could just
done
set
at-
a table
yeah.
out there and I'll try to recruit, sell them, you know what I mean, $5 a piece.
Coming
and-
Monday.
So what date's
It's
that
the
gonna be?
7th.
Monday.
this Monday? This
Monday the
next coming-
7th. Okay, because Tuesday the 8th, we have Jordan Tax.
So we gotta get our 2 boxes, and I have to do the printout. I have to expand it to 200 ducks, so I have to send that to you, because I only sent to you up to 100 ducks.
All right, how big are we going to make this thing?
Well, we can do heats, you know. So Lauren and Heather, will you guys be that day, do you think, on Community Day? Or?
Yeah, I'm there for
Okay.
Community Day, yeah.
So we can run a couple heats. You know, and I mean, there's going to be a lot of kids that do it, but if we get people to sign up ahead of time, I don't know how we would even do that online, but if we get people in person, like
Well, I think we
Monday-
can get a lot of people that day. And,
Right.
You know, we
When they
need a
come
sign
in.
out here saying, hey, you know, so, and we can advertise it even, that you can come in here that day and buy a duck early. So we can do that.
but Monday, so as long as that's okay, that we can, and where exactly do
Is
they
that
give
okay with
out
you?
these vouchers? Like at Generations?
In
or-
here, in here.
Oh, in here.
Well, not that, I mean, I don't know that they reserve this room, but they just tend to show up and if it's open, they use it, so.
You go in the side room there to actually sit down with the people that fill out the forms. But
Okay,
you wait, you get a number and you wait in here and,
okay. Because Sean, I mean, she can't help. She said she'll be busy as heck.
What do
but
you
she
think-
said
what do you
if
think of
you're-
that
If we want to
idea?
come down, have
Think it's
at
a
it.
good
A bunch
idea?
of people will be coming in.
Good idea, yeah. That's a good idea.
So you can do 9 to 11 and I'll do 11 to 1, is that okay, or?
Well, I think it ends at noon.
Oh, I thought it was 1.
And then I'm guessing people will probably come and get them early, like, or is,
I'll
how does
come-
that
I'll
work? How does
come-
it
You
work?
know what, Barb? They'll be asking for them on Wednesday, okay? So, you know.
How much are they? How much do you get?
Decent.
oh
That's
yeah,
why
it's like,
They do well.
yeah,
So I can get mine too?
uh-huh. I got them last year.
Well, all right. But I mean, I can come and sit with you and we can kind of like get them round up and say, come on, everybody, you want to get.
Buy a
da, da,
duck.
da, da."
Yeah.
So is that, like, we have to decide, do we want to sell them for $5? Do we want to sell them cheaper for kids? I don't know.
5.
No, I
Everybody's
just,
5?
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's good. And you decide. I mean, if you want to put 200 out there, we have we have 199.
I mean, Tony had sent me a big, forwarded it to you, like, she was involved with the whole thing, so she knows how to do the whole thing, and she was like, first place was $100, second place was this, and how they did it and everything, and the guy with the blower and, and all that stuff, so I think she'd be great to help out.
And I talked to Jim, that's the guy, he was down here,
Jim Pesso.
yeah, and he has the blower, so the
Good.
thing is, these little ducks get stuck.
I think we need
They
to have
need the
two
leaf
though, one on
blower?
each side of the creek. So do you have a blower they can use too?
I don't have a blower.
Does anybody have a blower?
No, his
A
name's
leaf
Jim
blower?
Pashew.
What I do have is I have a big long pool thing, and that's another thing you need,
Yeah,
like
we-
the big pool thing.
We actually used our pole without the thing on the end of it to poke, because we were playing with on the creek, kept getting stuck.
Yeah, because I have,
You could have
Like
somebody
one
on
that
one side
extends.
with the blower, somebody with the stick, and you could just keep them going.
Are they
You
numbered?
can use brooms too.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
ducks
numbered.
already numbered, so what we'll do is we'll have a box with all the numbered ducks. And I have made sheets numbered up to 200 like we used for the 50/50. So they'll pick a duck out of the box that they're gonna take and then put their name and phone number beside that numbered duck.
Okay.
The duck will go into the box that's purchased. So then any purchased are the ones that'll be in the actual duck race.
Okay. So they don't have to be there to collect their prize. Like
No.
if they, okay, because I was
Correct.
thinking like the seniors that come in. Okay.
The
So-
thing is, like, you release a whole bunch at once, and then like 3 or 4 get through real quick, and the rest of them all get stuck on the sides.
So on Monday, they
just
come in,
luck.
will we need like a little bit of a cash box or no? If someone's just
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
$5 a
I-
piece?
I'll have 100 ones, probably about
Yeah,
55s.
So if someone comes in and Mr. Smith, we just get their phone number, take their 5, they pick the duck, and then we put the duck aside.
Right, they
And
pick
let
their
them pick-
number, yeah.
So we'll have they can pick the duck out of the bin that you have in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna work great, actually. I think.
yeah.
It's actually gonna be easier for us than it was on Sean because Sean had to number the ducks as people bought them.
Oh,
So, we already have them all numbered, so we can just move them between boxes and have the person,
Mhm.
so it'll be easier on us then.
And I am gonna put the same snow netting up so that they don't escape. I had a battle with a little pink duck that
Yeah.
It's gone.
won. I was either going in the water or the duck was gonna get away. I said, go, just
That's
run.
number 200.
Yeah, that's why we have 199. They're probably down in
And I
Allegheny
forget,
County now.
I forget how much Sam was with the golf thing, but he said it was the same as last year. So I'll touch base with him again just to see exactly
I
what
think
time
it's
he's setting
750.
up.
I paid 100 to hold it, and I owe him 650.
Okay, and then Wendy, you set up the DJ, right? I don't.
Yes, DJ Matt, and I did tell him that Wild World Animals is gonna be giving him a little break sometime during that period.
Okay.
But yeah, he's taken care of, and
Okay.
I also spoke with him about, we'll talk about it when we get there, but I also spoke with him about Fall Festival and doing Sunday close.
Okay, and I texted Casey with Frios, and he said he just asked if there was any other anybody selling frozen stuff. I said there's nobody selling anything, so he'll be the only one. So he said he's happy to do it whatever time we want. We have to tell him what time we want him to come.
Where do you want him positioned?
Same spot, right?
How about right where he was from
Yeah,
movie
I
night.
would
Like
say
that?
the same
That spot
spot.
works well.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great spot for him right there.
That's fine. So what we'll do is we'll all just move down a little bit so he can take that spot right there and be able to get in and out. Because I had parked on the other side, then he came right down,
Yeah.
which was fine. But if he wants to angle it to for the walkway, that would be ideal. So
Yeah.
we'll put him in the same place as last time.
I'm glad we realized we hadn't officially, he was talked to on movie
thought
night
he
about
was too.
coming, but nobody followed up. And then we realized that
Yeah,
today
he's on the floor.
that we were advertising him and we hadn't followed up with.
Good thing I didn't send him a flyer. Oh, look, you're already on it.
And he did pretty good movie night. I mean, he
Did he?
was,
Yeah, they were
Good.
busy consistently. Everybody was going over. I think everybody had one of those.
yeah.
And Nicole did talk to she tried to get hold of the people that had the ice that I had forgotten she had found before. But she said they're acting kind of weird anyway, so if they show up, just tell them.
We don't have
Well,
time.
Or
hopefully
we
she
can
get
tell
a
them
hold
to
of them and say,
cancel.
don't
Yeah.
show up. I don't
Yeah.
want them, I don't want to have a little
But I
war.
think they're not answering her is what the thing is
She
anyway.
should just say, we
Yeah.
no longer need you.
Yeah, she should probably just tell them that. The other thing we'll need to do is, like last year, we probably had too many games going on, and we had people sign up ahead of time online, and like hardly anybody did. Mainly it was just kids that were there. So we have the big Connect Four in the concession stand.
You have the bowling, Connect Four.
We have
We put,
hula hoops.
we did have the sandbox out, like I said. There is sand back there. I don't know if you want to deal with it this time or not.
And we have a
The
couple.
kids liked it, but
Yeah,
My kids played with that.
did you and you got more pools?
I just got
they're
the two
baby
3-foot
poles.
ones.
And I was at Walmart, they were like $50. I was gonna grab one of them if they were like 20 or 30. They only had like kind of like the 3-foot. We're looking for the ones that are like, a foot and a
Target
half
had them
high
for
and-
$10.
Yeah, they had
Like
big ones there for
blow-up
20. I
ones
wish I
or
would.
hard?
No, they were the plastic hard ones.
Well, not the plastic ones that are about, because we have two of those, like the little doggy pools. That's what or a toddler pool. This was like a little bit bigger, like maybe 5 or 6 feet. That was the one we had last year, and it got trashed. So if anybody has one or sees one,
What were you gonna do with it? Is it like a goldfish?
we had
thing?
like the we just
No,
had
the little
kids
kids
were
got
swimming in
and
it.
played it as a swimming pool. Yeah.
And we had the dunk tank last year, which we're not doing that. Like
God.
Oh, like that big one
I hate that
like the
thing.
chewy
I did
one.
too.
Which one?
for the dogs.
Well, no, but you know what I mean.
Oh,
That looks
that
like
one.
the chewy site. Like I saw some of these, but they were more.
Ease?
We have two of those.
Yeah.
Like know,
1 foot will fit into each one of them. So your foot.
I don't
I mean,
see
that's
that.
not bad, $30 for that big one.
That is, yeah, that's Tractor
6 foot.
Supply.
Now, those probably take a while to set up. We'd probably have to do that the night before.
This. Oh wait. Go back. This is what we had.
Yes.
Snap set pool on the left.
Wasn't that what we had, Wendy?
Well, we had one of these, this deluxe family pool. We had one of those, and
Okay.
it got a leak.
I thought we had that one too. The deluxe family pool. I mean, that would be great too if we could find those. I couldn't see anything at Walmart in person, but I was just at the Carnegie one. It's not very big. If we can order that one, that's $17. What is the size on that?
This one?
Since sending me-
One that says Play Day Deluxe Family Pool,
Next row.
$17.99.
What?
How big is it
They're
though?
looking at a different
Well,
one
that's
now.
the thing. We need.
Next row down on the left.
Or down here?
Yes. How big is that?
That
See,
one.
yeah.
Jeez. Come on.
Oh, get in it.
See, we had one like that, and it lasted us a couple years. I mean, it didn't fail the first year.
$18 in total.
Is
That's
that going to
pretty
do what
cheap.
you want, though? Oh, come on.
It's hard to tell. Those are like miniature people in there.
It just seems like it's gonna be easy to get a hole in it while kids jumping in and out and.
Well, it doesn't, where's the size? Oh, click on full item details, see if it says how big it is.
Where's that?
Right about,
Full
right
item,
there.
You just had the cursor there. Go up,
up, there.
stop.
Does it say how big it is?
Product.
And down, I think down here in the corner. Go down to the left, right there. How big's that?
That's a different one.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
that's-
different one.
Wait, that's more. That's like $30, actually, that's not bad either. Inflate in
71
seconds.
inches. It's almost 6 feet.
Wait a minute. Do you have to blow all 3 of those up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd want a compressor.
I have one of those.
Go plastic.
Oh,
I have a little one that
How long
blows
does it
up
take?
like,
I do too.
I mean, I blow up like an air mattress in a
No
couple
time at all,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah, but you have to plug it in.
Your
yeah,
waterbed.
that's fine. I mean, there's electricity.
Well, did we ever see how big the one that was $17.99 was?
$17.99.
What the size was? See, it says low price.
This one?
Yeah, the size. Or is that the same thing? Oh, typically,
This one.
Yeah.
I want it open.
Is this
Okay,
for,
one
is
about
this for
this
the fishing
product.
thing, or is this for the kids to play in? I just get, I just get concerned, who's gonna watch it? You get some little kid
say
wander
what?
off from their
Yeah.
parents and jump in and,
the high school kids.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It says full item details, but it doesn't give me any details.
no.
With the whistle. With the whistle.
Yeah.
It should say about this product somewhere. It says 120 inches. So,
Well, 120. It's 10 foot, right? 120 divided by 12.
or is that like the
6'72",
sport, like
so
what?
it's
It'd be
bigger than
probably
that.
10 feet long by.
I mean,
probably
that's
2 feet
good.
deep.
That's really good. Then if that's the $17.99 one, I'd say we should order that.
Is it the same size?
I think that's giving the details on that, right?
Yeah, that's.
The one that we want, because it says typically 26, so that's a $17.99.
Yeah.
That's a good price.
Yeah, see if it'll open up. All right, there it is. Double
That- that
intake,
only
free
has
flow
one
exhaust valves, blue and white strong PVC design. Now, I don't, all right, let's see the specifications on this.
Oh, wait, arrives by July 31st. That's not good.
Try Amazon.
Can we pick it up?
Pickup not available.
About
That's-
Sam's Club?
I like that one right there.
This one?
That's kind of cute.
I like that one.
Yeah.
10 foot.
Pick up at 10 a.m.
What else I got? Huh, that's it. See if we get a little better.
It's got little seats.
You know, lifeguard.
Yeah, then you could have people spending the whole day in there.
Yeah.
Right?
We can put up sign kids only.
Barbara was sitting there with a White Claw.
That'll be me. Hiding.
Alcohol?
I mean, we do want to have, a parks person or an adult around that area at all times, so. We still have to talk about who all we have coming to help, so.
Okay.
But I like that one,
I'd say, yeah, that's a good deal.
This one?
yeah. So then we have that, and we have some plastic pools. And I think we had 3 plastic pools with water in them last year, or do we only have 2? Because the third one had broken.
Well, we had a slip and slide that didn't really work out in the dunk tank. I can't remember the other.
I think
little
we had
pools.
two pools filled with water. The third one is when we realized that one was already broke, so that's why we didn't have 3 going.
The other thing we need, if we do the water balloon tosses, is the thing that blows up. Does anybody have that thing that blows up all the water balloons? You know how you can blow up 100 little water balloons at once? And my son had one. They're actually coming over my house this weekend. I can see if somebody, do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, I
check
thought we
on the
bought it
hose,
with them
right?
already on one of those things that you hook to the hose.
Oh, you only use them once? Is that how it
Yeah,
works?
yeah, I
Okay.
thought that's what we did last year, right, Jack? We
Let
had
me
the ones
check.
you
I
just-
might have 2 of those at home. We won a grab bag last summer up at camp, and they've been in my pantry forever. So I might have 2 packs of those at home. So
Yeah,
if
I
you-
think
let
that's
me
what we
check.
Thingy, like in
This
the-
Yeah,
what
you
you
hook
want
them up
right
and
now?
they just blow them up.
So you have the thing
Yeah.
there that like,
I
Yeah.
have 2 bags of something. I think it's just the balloons that you would hook to the hose. And,
Yeah.
Let me see what I have in the. Yeah, we got them last year in a raffle we won, and they've been sitting in my house ever since.
that was a popular game was the balloon toss.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, like that, you don't have to have people sign up. You can just say, hey, we're doing a balloon toss, who's all coming, and,
And we'd love to
Yeah.
come for that. And then are we gonna have prizes, and do we have any prizes?
well, there's prizes there. I mean, there's all kinds of books and coloring books and all that stuff. And then I also still have a bunch of Texas Roadhouse coupons,
Okay,
so. Same with the fishing thing. If you use one of the swimming pools and put the fishing thing in it and somebody catches a fish, you could give them a Texas Roadhouse coupon or something.
okay.
So I'll make sure you have those.
Should we put out the cornhole that we have, that they can just play it?
They can
Like,
just
no-
play it,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? That
How
way-
long do they fish for? Is it like they just fish until they catch one? I wasn't
Yeah,
here for any of
yeah.
that, so okay. So basically, any kid that fishes,
Yeah.
should we make a sign, one prize per kid? Because
Yeah. Yeah, we
Maybe
definitely can.
Monday, we can switch off, like, doing the coupons and checking in the concession stand for
For what?
prizes on Monday.
Oh, yeah, whatever you wanna do.
You want these?
Well,
Um,
let's see if Heather has.
let me see what I have. Yeah, I'll check when I get home.
Because I think,
I think they have them right next door too, if we need them, you know what I mean, but see what you have.
Yeah.
They're at Sam's Club, so we can pick them up the same day.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You can fill 160 seconds.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It's
So they're
impressive.
there. I mean, backup, we can get them. It's not that expensive.
okay.
So if we're good on the.
So if you have two sets of them, like, were they like one set in a bag? Or
Yeah,
do
they
you
were
think
two.
there's-
They weren't. Wasn't that, but they were two bags, and I knew it was the balloon thing. I'll
Yeah.
pull them out of the pantry when I get home. And
Yeah, see how
what
many,
they
because
were,
I mean, I think I would have at least 100, don't you think? I can't think
Trying
how
to
many we
had,
filled.
like, 5 or 6 pairs of people
Yeah,
going back and forth last year, so we didn't really use that many.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
no, Brooke stayed with you, I think, for the kids' games. I was down at the water slides.
We did all the other games. But that was like, and what about like, do we want to do any other games? Like, I don't know, if there's anything you could think of like for little kids that they might like, or,
Well, if we only have a few of us though too, that's the other thing. Like, I don't know if we want to have necessarily like organized activities, maybe just things out for them to play with.
yeah, the hula hoops and all that kind of
I
stuff.
think that's good.
Yeah,
They're gonna want to do the pools anyway.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I would stick to maybe just the water balloons, having the fishing thing in the fishing pond.
And we usually have the chalk out, they can
Yeah, the chalk out, yeah.
do whatever they want.
Actually,
Making a hopscotch.
We
Or
make,
like a bubble machine or anything.
oh, that's a good idea, though.
Little kids love bubbles. I don't know.
That's a good idea.
Do we have one?
No, we didn't have one.
What is it, what?
Like a bubble
Having a
machine.
bubble machine running with bubbles.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of things that would
That's
occupy
cheap.
their time.
And that you don't have to really monitor
Yeah.
totally.
Well,
We
see if can
did
get one of those.
draw a hopscotch thing on the
Okay.
thing and, yeah, had that available,
Had to
so.
Google.
Simple stuff. They like
How to make it.
I mean, my kids did like the sand last year. I don't
Did
know if
they?
that was a pain in the butt. We don't
Yeah.
have to
Well,
do
we
it,
could
but
use one of
that's-
those little
That's
sand.
something else that's like open ended that
pools.
they can just
Mhm.
go
That's what we
in.
use. If you thought you
Yeah.
had 3 pools, we put the sand in one of the pools.
Yeah, that's right. We
That's
had
where your
two,
third
yeah.
pool. Yeah.
And
So
sand.
there is sand there, so,
We have sand?
it's in the back room.
Okay. So we need to look for a bubble machine. We need to
You
see
don't
if,
have to. I just thought that's something that
I like that
the
idea,
little
though.
toddlers will just walk to it.
Yeah, I like that idea.
okay.
Okay, the water slide, of course, didn't work last year because the tarp was too thin and the grass and everything went right
Like a
through it.
slip and slide.
There were sticks out in the field that went right through it. Do we want to even try that, or do we just want to forget it this year since
I think-
we're limited anyway?
So we have
Sounds
an
like there's enough.
inflatable that has a slide that we
Yeah.
put a hose, and so it is like a water
Yeah.
slip and slide, like the one, and then the other one is just a regular bounce
Okay,
house.
so we're good with that. Okay, anything else for that portion of it? Okay, so we have about 16 community vendors signed up. Last year, Jack, you put them around the outside of the infield. So you're good with that again this year, doing it that way?
Sure.
Okay, so,
16?
yeah, we have about 16,
Oh, okay, wow.
yeah. So, a lot of informational vendors,
Did we advertise that? Like,
who they are.
no, just like asking for vendors in general, or no?
I did an email out
Oh.
to like 55. We did it, and we did put a post in the Facebook group
Okay.
at some point, yeah.
You mean like informational?
Yeah,
Yeah, not like
Or-
vendors.
Asking for vendors.
Yeah, or Cecil businesses that wanted to come and,
Okay.
so, you know, I mean, we would have room for more. Like, I think I sent an email out to like 55 people. So, you know, I'll get the list out to everybody so you know who's coming, and then you may even think of someone that's like a good fit for what we're doing.
Is Gianni's gonna put the flyers on their pizza
They are,
for Community Day? They're already doing
they've
it?
been going, yeah.
That's great.
But they're putting those flyers and the fundraiser flyers on he ran them out for me every other one. So they're slapping, when I was there, they were taping them all up to go out, so.
Yep. And I like the idea. Who asked
I
about?
know.
I like that
I do,
idea.
I know. I looked at that and went,
Yeah, we aren't there yet. It's on
I
here,
know,
right?
think of
Is it on? No, yeah, it's on there. Okay.
and Paige loved meeting you, thinks you're a great guy, blah, 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 blah. So I'm glad
People do.
you got to meet her.
She bought like 9 of
She,
those.
yeah, she
for
brought
you.
10 kids with her, and she bought like 10 popsicles. So
Yeah.
the guy in the free was like, "Hey man, $50. I just did $50." They're so good, those popsicles.
Yeah. Okay, so volunteers, Barb, you have, how many high school kids did you have sign up?
5, I think.
Okay.
And Tony.
That was it.
She
And
just
Tony.
she was waiting. I'm gonna give you her phone number because she wants to, or do you have it?
Have it.
That way, she just said, "Tell me where and when." She goes, "I'd love to run the games. I'd love to do whatever." So you just need to put her. And she
What's her last name?
also get her to join the board because I think she's
Yeah.
gonna be a great addition to us. But
Tony Giamaro?
yep,
Okay, I do have her. Okay, I'll text her.
yeah, she's really nice and
So you have those volunteers, the three of you, Jack, Sean, and
No, Sean.
Ian?
I thought they were at a Boy Scout thing.
He told Jack he could come.
Yeah, Ian definitely is going to be here. Sean's the one that may not be here, but
I thought there was like
Yeah,
a Boy
he had
Scout
told us he was going to
camp,
Boy
like
Scout camp.
yeah.
Heritage camp.
Ian will be here.
Who's Ian? I don't know if I know Ian.
That's the adult friend.
That was here for
Oh,
years.
the mom's.
Who was the
mean,
person
for-
that reached out to me and I sent it to all of us?
Name.
Okay, should I try?
Yeah.
I gotta dig through messages.
what about your friends, the father and son that were helping out with the cornhole? Will they just help out? Just,
I have not talked to them for a while.
Okay.
I can check with them, but I haven't talked to them for a while.
Wendy, are we sure we want that one
Um,
that Heather's talking about?
oh, who is it?
I can't remember. I'm looking through my messages here.
Patty.
They helped at one other event.
Oh,
and
I
just,
know what you're talking about.
like-
Yeah, we'll get back to you.
Okay,
Okay.
I can't remember the name. I got
Yeah,
scroll
I
back
know,
through
I know what
messages.
you're talking about now. Okay, then, Jack, you were gonna have one or two public works people then?
I wanted 5, and but I also wanted all 13 of them for the fall festival, and I said that's not going to happen. So if I can get 3, in addition to now what they're doing is they're juggling overtime over there. So I'm going to have 3. Rick may or may not be there, but what they're going to do is they're going to try to cycle people through all the processes. They agree that all of our events are important and we should have some type of support from Public Works. We're just not at the point where it's all hands on deck. So we'll probably have 3. I'm asking for 5, and I think there's plenty to do.
I know last year too, the fire department put it on their sign, Community Day, which really helped because like their sign, like that's the only thing, you know, it doesn't,
You mean the one on
bit.
Miller's Run?
yeah.
Yeah, they'll do it again.
Who is that?
Right now, that's Chief Matt Maben and Melissa Maben, who's Denny Birdie's, the former chief's daughter and son-in-law. So I'm sure they'll be happy to put it on there.
Okay. Should one of us ask or? I don't know them. Does anybody know them?
I can give you Denny's number. You can text him or call him or whatever.
Okay. Okay. I think that's it. We just have
Yeah.
to figure out what time we want to do the
Yeah.
duck races.
And think about who you want where, you know, because, you know, obviously the duck race, you're gonna have somebody handling money as well, so.
Well, once it starts, I mean, that,
Yeah.
you know, and anybody older that's helping is not going to get in the creek. So, yeah, we should be okay.
I was looking at Community Day to see how many marked interested. 2,000 people.
Oh, wow.
Wear your blue shirt on Monday.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, good idea.
okay.
Okay, so, let the volunteers know what time you want them here and what time you want the board members to show up.
Okay, I'll probably be here at 8:30, but like 9 o'clock at least, because that's when the kids will start to come in. And they are pretty self-sufficient. The community vendors will be self-sufficient. Everybody else will be self-sufficient. We have to get all the stuff out for the games. Do we think Billy Ann is really going to be better?
She relies on her team to.
Oh, the team is doing it.
I
Okay.
don't know, but she's going to find out on the 9th if she gets her neck brace
Released.
off.
Because if we
But she
can
feels
get
zero
this
pain,
done, that'll be
so she's
We will.
ready to go.
There will be.
Yeah, she said her husband said it'll be covered, so.
Do you want me to call like Bree or Megan down there and see about a menu?
I think Nicole was asking for that.
Yeah.
Oh, Nicole is?
Nicole
Yeah,
wanted to.
I mean, she's not
Yeah.
calling them, she was asking if she could get it.
Oh, I
so-
mean, I can call
Yeah.
them and I'll do,
Yeah.
okay.
And we should probably, put out something about these ducks.
Probably won't be
Yeah,
on
we'll
Monday.
get-
Do we have the ability to sell them online? Like, you know how fire
Not
departments sell
yet.
their tickets and stuff on Facebook?
Yeah,
Like,
not
we
until
have-
he gets the,
Yeah, once Dawn and I talked about it again today, and I just told him, I said, we can't keep doing this cash thing
Yeah.
at the concession stand. I said, now I understand it's gonna open the door to other things. But first I've gotta get the township phone, then I gotta get the, Washington Financial account set up just for concession stand, activity. Then we're gonna go to some type of, electronic payment for, applications and those types of things.
Now, when you actually get the township phone, though, are you gonna have the Zelle Washington Financial Bank app on it? Because
Yeah.
we could actually use that to get payments for things like the ducks if you had it on time.
I think there's some hesitancy with Zelle because of the insecure nature of it, and I'm not saying anybody's gonna make a mistake, but mistakes happen. We can start down that road. What I was hoping to do is get the Apple Cube and it's a swipe. It is $59. And then there's transaction fees. It's like 2% plus 15 cents. So why don't they just say it's 5%?
Yeah.
I mean, forest for the trees here, but it's still one of the better ones. I mean, the guy we talked about with the ATM machines, he wants to do it so much per swipe. Everybody is about per swipe, and I'm looking at the number of swipes. Not there would be thresholds. The more swipes, the lower the per swipe fee. We have to pass that on to them because it's not going to come out of what we're paying for. Like, if we charge $2 for a hot dog, we have to say $2.35, to cover that. Now we've got a situation. What if it's cash only that they're using? Then we have to make sure we have enough nickels, dimes, quarters, and that type of thing. So it's more of rounding that up or down to a point where it can be a round number, so that it accommodate cash too, and that's part of the plan. That's why Square right now, in my comparison, is probably the better of them all. But I'm looking at 5 different ones, and I should have an answer for you by next week.
Okay,
Don's all for it. He said, just get it. He goes, you decide on which one you want, and let's get it going. I said, because honestly, counting these last couple cash boxes was difficult. All right. The envelopes didn't match what was in them and that type of thing. So I said, I'm done with this. All right. We shouldn't be handling that much cash in the 21st century, period.
See, that's why I wondered about the Zelle, because it's built into Washington Financial
Right.
System now.
Right.
So that's why I was wondering about that.
Yeah. If we could get a little more peace of mind as far as security is concerned, once that's gone, it's gone. There's no recovering it. So the accuracy has to be there. I mean, I don't mind starting out that way, but we're still looking for that ideal one, but we've lost too much time at this point, so
Yeah.
I'm going to have something in place very soon.
Okay.
Speaking of hot dogs, they are on sale this weekend. You know, everywhere, because it's a
Shop
holiday.
and save?
Holiday, yeah.
Holiday weekend, shop and save, everybody has them on sale. Today, I think Nathan's had, or Giant Eagle had Nathan's, just like today only, but this is the weekend, because
Yeah.
everybody's cooking out.
Okay,
But also like Labor Day weekend, they'll be on sale, like,
yeah, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put enough in there. I think we have enough pretzels in there for a while. We have enough hamburgers for a while, enough drinks for a while. So all we have to do is actually get fresh buns, fresh hot dog buns and hamburger buns. That's easy enough to do. But what I was trying to do is put enough in there so that we weren't ordering every single event, you know, so.
We have
yeah.
lots of snacks, we have the candy, we have, yeah.
We do need crock pot liners,
Oh, yeah.
very important.
I swear I saw them somewhere in there, though.
I know, we looked
Yeah.
everywhere
Yeah.
for them, but.
All right, I'll get a couple boxes so we have a supply of those.
Okay.
Anything else you can think of, I will do that purchasing next week, so just let me know.
Okay.
Lauren, can you make a duck race flyer?
Flyer?
Yeah.
What do you want to put on it?
We can put on it, stop in the township building that July 7th from 9 to noon, unless somebody wants to stay until 1, but the thing is 9 to noon, I looked it up.
For
that
what?
voucher thing,
Yeah, that's why I said, I was just gonna do,
yeah.
but I
To
can
buy-
sit with you.
To buy
I
a
mean,
duck,
put 9 to 12, and then we'll also be available day of Community Day, but if they want
Yeah.
to buy them early.
Okay. We
$5
should
a
probably
duck.
have the price on there, don't you think?
yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, the prize.
The prize for the winner.
Yeah, it's, I don't see it on here, but, would you have, Jack, $100 for first place,
Yeah.
50 for second, and 25 for third?
Yeah, that, when we were looking at 100 ducks, and maybe it should be based on the number we actually sell.
I was just gonna say
You know,
that.
so, I mean, if we sell 100, then at $5, that's $500, 100 to the first. You know, I was thinking 75 to the second and 25, so, you know, there you're at 200, we still have 300 that we have.
So just put first, second, and third place prize.
Right,
Cash,
prizes.
just put
Yeah.
cash prizes.
yeah.
I don't know though. Don't you think people might be more enticed if they know it's like $100 versus not knowing? Because then it could be like,
That would just, we would
I
just
don't
have
know.
to be sure that we would sell 100.
yeah,
Right.
no, I get it.
Right.
Whatever you
Or
want to do, I'll
200,
put on
right?
there.
If we
So,
would
so
just
what
sell
Lauren's
200,
saying is, if the prize is high enough, like we found
we'd
with,
sell more.
But if you sell 200 at
If we're
$500,
big,
that's $1,000.
right,
So,
So $100
so if you
is,
sell 100 of them at $5, you still can cover that prize and make $400.
okay, I think
not
we should put the
$400.
$100 and,
Two something.
But we're still
100,
pushing the fundraiser part of
Yeah.
it too,
100
right?
for first,
Yeah,
50 or
yeah,
75
yeah,
or
but
70,
what
something.
Lauren's saying is, we gotta make it appealing to them.
Yeah,
And once we did that with cornhole, you
Yeah.
saw how quickly the contestants jumped in
Oh,
there.
yeah, it
Yeah.
changed.
so how much we going to charge for or give to second, 50 or 75?
I was thinking 100 for first, 75 for second, 50 for third. But then I thought, well, okay, if we do 100 and then 50 and 25,
Yeah,
you know, I mean,
It's still decent money,
yeah,
yeah, I think that, then we get more.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
100, 50, 25.
Yeah.
100 is still, I think, enough to entice people to,
yeah, 150.
You good with that, Heather?
25.
Yeah, if you don't want to put amounts, it's not even percent, you just say.
can't hear you.
If we didn't want to put the amount in yet, I don't know if we could say just like, 25% of proceeds taken in will be given out as prizes. Do we want to just,
Yeah.
or do you want to
Yeah.
commit to
'Cause
the
if we
amount?
Make 1,000, then are we being cheap?
I know that senior citizens had no
we make
problem
1,000,
selling them.
Yeah.
we'll need it for something.
Yeah, if we do 1,000, that's 250 to first place.
Yeah.
You're doing it here, and I get it, you know, we got it, there's gotta be a hook, there's gotta be some reason that people have an urgency
Yeah,
to
pay the
sign up.
$5 for a duck.
And
Yeah.
are we gonna do, how many we're gonna do per heat?
Base that on how many you sell, though. Like,
Okay.
if you sell,
If you do multiple heats, won't you have multiple first place?
Yeah.
well,
So then,
But
I don't know if you want
we
to do
don't
heat.
necessarily have to put prizes out on a heat, though. We can say final prizes or grand prize, Like,
We're
you don't
doing
even have to
time.
say you might have to do heats,
I don't think they did heats over
think
there. I
they
think
did
it
a
was just
lot.
one
They
race.
just,
they-
they did one big dump.
Yeah,
That's what
That's what
And
we
I
should
think
do.
they had sold like 150
At least
ducks
the
or
first
and I
something.
tell you
think
what, that one lady, all she did was complain. Everything was wrong.
75% of them got stuck
Yeah.
halfway down.
They
I
did.
think-
I had no idea. I had no idea they were going to get stuck. And Shauna kept saying, she goes, "Well, we need a leaf blower." I said, "For what?" And it's like, now I understand. I mean, I did not think that they would get stuck over in that corner.
Yeah, they did.
I think you should do one big race. Hype it up. Everybody watches their duck. Do one big
What if we
race.
sell more? We might even sell more than 200.
Well, that's another thing. Now that we're saying, if we're going to be selling them
But
on
I
that
mean, if we
table,
s-
can we do signage that we could like put on a
We
table?
could do like another round. You know what I mean? Like we could sell 200.
Collect and then sell again.
What do you
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, like say we're putting a 4-foot table, and her
It
and I are
takes like
sitting there.
3
thinking,
minutes.
can
for
Yeah,
them
we'll
to
make
get down.
signs.
Like we
Signs,
timed
yeah.
it. We thought it would be like a long time. It wasn't. It was like, it was over in no time. Unless we like move them back. And we might have to do like a dry run if we're going to move them back.
With those leaf blowers, they're going to move along quicker. So, I mean, technically, we could move it further upstream if you wanted, or we could wait till. Either way, I'm going to put the net down at the end of the property, so we can.
Can I use that picture?
I think that's a lot.
I'll show it to you later.
Give me a pencil.
Okay, John said we have a battery operated or a battery powered leaf blower I can bring.
Oh, you
I
do?
thought it was electric, I thought it was a cord, but he just told me.
We do have one.
We have a battery operated one, so I can bring
Okay.
that. So if we needed one, I
Do you
can
need
bring
a
that.
pole stick? I mean, like a pole. You have
I
one?
have one. I have a
Ours is like 12
above
foot.
ground pool, and so it's like 2 pieces. I forget how long. I mean, it's probably about 20 feet. It's pretty long. You hook it together, it always kind of
Yeah.
seems like it's going to fall apart.
Okay, so signage for Monday. Whoever we could do that.
I'll take care of it.
Do we need a sign for our little table? Or
That's what
we,
just
I
said.
guess, do
Well,
we
I'll
need to
have,
bring a table?
I'll have all the signs for you. I'll have the sponsor signs ready for you to go. I'll have everything in a folder for you, the sheets to do the duck race, signs for Monday. I'll have it all in the folder for you. I'll
Okay.
have it all ready for you.
So we don't need to bring a little table Monday? We just-
No, I'll give you a table. I got
We could
4 of those, just like that one over off to your right.
Okay.
Now, if you want me to print those, just let me know. Give me enough lead time.
I'll probably send them to you because I'm
Okay.
kind of low on paper right now anyway.
Okay. Well, if you want them on poster size, I could do them on the printer.
Duck race sales here would be a great one to have in a bigger
And
format.
I've got a yellow one duck. It's floating in the pool right now. It's like a prop. It's that duck, but it's that big. So I'll just bring it,
Bring it.
put it on the corner.
That's good. That's cool. I like that, Arden.
That's my pen.
Well, mine's green. I have an extra one. I brought
Oh, you
two.
get an extra one?
It's green, but
Do this later.
It's okay. Okay. Anything else then for Community Day? If you think any signs you want or anything, just please let me know so I have time to get them done. I'll have everything done ahead of time that I can possibly have done for you from my standpoint.
And if anybody has any other big games, like a big Jenga or big something that they want to like donate for the day, like we'll give it back. I think. Like,
Don't, we have a Jenga in there.
Yeah.
Jenga?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
we
I know we have a
Jenga.
Connect 4. And I
Yeah.
thought Stephanie's brought some of her own personal stuff.
No,
was
he
for
got it from,
Cornhole.
Thursday morning,
Oh, okay.
yeah, Thursday
Okay.
morning?
Tuesday.
We'll
On
check
this
that out on
Tuesday
Monday.
morning.
We'll go in the concession
Yeah,
stand.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can maybe just do a pile of prizes and just go, you know what I mean? You separate them and go, okay, these 5 for this, and that way, that's one less thing for you to worry about. You know, we can even pull them out, because you won't be going in there really until then.
And I
God-
think I can come help on Monday.
God forbid it rains. I mean, this
Oh,
just
please.
goes on. We paid everybody, so.
We've had enough rain for
Yeah.
a year.
Oh.
Or a spout wind.
How's the
that
creek?
storm
Is it higher?
Yes, very
So-
high.
Good.
But it should be down by then, you know,
Yeah.
hopefully without no torrential rains like we've had. I mean, yesterday it was level with the field out here, so it was about ready to spill over.
Crazy.
And that's the problem. I mean, the higher the water, the faster it's going to run. So, you know, that's going to change the dynamic of a duck race.
Are you going to ask Southbridge to have somebody on site?
Yeah, they're happy to be here. Yeah, they'll be here. I'll email her tonight.
Okay. All right, anything else?
I know we're going to be light as far as board members. There's going to be some setup involved, all right? And I'm going to get the netting up in the stream and that type of thing. We know that Billy Ann's et al. Are going to take care of the concession stand. Just stick around until you know, everything is done. You know, fishing derby, I was still picking up signs. I had 35 signs out there telling people not to fish, but apparently some high school graduate hopefuls can't read. But just, you know, just make sure everything's done before everybody takes off, okay?
Do we have to like keep people off the tennis courts? Because that's where they're going to set up the golf, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Do we have to?
we're not
put
going
a
to be using the
sign?
tennis courts. They're going to be using the deck hockey court.
Oh, okay.
And that, you know, I still got to figure out how that lock is going to open because I don't have a key to it. But I'll make sure that that's open and he can come around and come in the back. That's what the problem was last year. We can use the basketball courts. That's not a problem. Technically, we don't want to inhibit anybody using the park for our events. But, you know, this is, I mean, how long is it going to be? 4 hours? You
Yeah.
know, they'll survive. You know, not playing basketball for 4
Yeah.
hours on a Saturday, you know, is not going to kill anybody. So
Yeah, I know the deck hockey's used less.
yeah, it is. It is because they want a new coating on there. They want all the cracks out, you know, and that type of thing. So
What about parking? Are you going to ask the school or the church?
yeah, you know, but there again, they're going to have to walk. I'm not going to have a shuttle. You know, there's 80 plus parking spaces over at the old Public Works. Just so you'll know, this Monday, their board is going to entertain a motion to demolish the entire building because the whole thing is just not worth saving. Hoping that that's going to open up to over 120 parking spaces at some point with a footbridge. That's going to be ideal. So that's going to kind of be a near-term fix if we get to use it as the parking that it should be. So hopefully that's something in the future.
And where we put those signs, you and I, for that's a great help because you look down at that and they spotted them event parking and that's where
Yeah.
so we got to put them right at the same spot where you can see it from the street.
I don't know if, on a side note, I don't know if Wendy shared with you that one of our no parking by order of the Cecil Township Police sign ended up in Pymatuming and posted on Facebook. Of course, it came back to the owners, being us. And when I find that person, I'm going to ask for my sign back. So,
I think one of Jim Farr's kids
Yeah.
saw it, right?
yeah. It just was odd because there is no other Cecil Township, you know?
Yeah.
Cecil Township, Maryland, but that's where we got.
It was
this-
definitely Cecil Township here.
Yeah, it matches all the other ones I have in my office,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, well, if anybody has any questions or any thoughts ahead of time, please bring them up. You know, Arden and I and Nicole may not be here, but anything you guys need from us ahead of time, you know we'll do it. So just please let us know. Fall Festival, vendors, we still have room for about, 15 more vendors?
Oh, yeah, 12
yeah.
15. If
We do have some types of vendors cut off, like no more wreath vendors, no more crochet,
Crochet.
knitting,
We got more
that
crochet.
type of thing.
10 now.
How many chiropractors do we have?
Well, they haven't
We only
paid
do
yet.
2.
Yeah, they haven't paid yet. But yeah, we're cutting off people just so that there's too many of one thing. But we're trying to be selective. So if you hear of anything like the tattoo, or something like that, or something we've never had before, just something different, that's what we're saving those 12 for. But in the past, come August, we always have a flood of, we'll be full for sure. So
Your daughter tattoo was a no-go?
She was booked on that weekend already,
Okay.
so,
I have
yeah.
somebody that's,
You're looking at?
yeah,
Okay.
that they have all the information, all their insurance and all that stuff. So I said, put it together. I tried to get them to match the same thing, $70 for 1 inch, you know what I mean? And then, but whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
so
in the
just put
works.
together a flash sheet. These are what you
Yeah,
get.
flash sheet.
Arms and legs only.
Yeah,
They're 1
flash
inch in
sheet.
size, and that's it. And she usually gets a wait list. So they do well at the
Yeah.
thing. So hopefully we find some.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, my nieces and nephews and everything, they have a place in the South Side, same thing. They do like a $50 for Halloween, 1 inch ones, and they all go down and they're like, why? I don't
I know. My family's the same way. All the kids have them.
Anyway, so yeah, we're good on vendors.
Okay, we are talking to Frios about doing Fall Festival too. I did not hear back from her today from my email where I asked about Fall Festival and,
And I didn't even ask him that.
Yeah.
I had Casey's card from one of the times that he was there. I just pulled it out and I just texted him. He texted me back. So I can text him
Yeah.
about the fall festival too. What
so I was thinking about movie night, the car cruise, and Fall Festival. But of course, Fall Festival, they would have to pay like every other vendor.
and car cruise and movie night, it would be like the $50
Yeah.
or whatever, 5% or whatever we charge
We did
them.
$50.
Okay. Okay, I'll ask him about that. And
Well, the driver kid, that really nice guys that did it, he said he was going to tell his boss about it, but we don't know if he did or not. You know,
it's
but-
been a different kid every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know he's going to ask me because he asked me about Community Day if there's another, who else is selling like frozen treats.
Well, the thing with Fall Festival, it's so big that, yes, we have
Don't matter.
Frost Ferry,
Frost
but
Ferry.
they're two completely different things. And
Okay,
it's, I tell them there's over 7,000 people, so
and then he would have to pay what?
300.
300. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll text him.
All right. On stage, Barb has been working on that. Like I said, I have DJ Matt penciled in to close out on Sunday. So what do you have so far on?
So Black Dog Hollow, even though it's on their website that they are closing us out, when I called them, they said, "Oh, we can't do that. We can do Sunday at 2." And it's like, well, do we want them Sunday at 2? And then Delaney's, I'm supposed to get back to him, and he'll be calling me at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning because I told him we had a board meeting, and he like bugs me.
They're pretty good. I
Oh,
like
I thought they were
he'll make you
decent.
pull your hair out, see?
Yeah,
I mean,
How
but
much
no,
are
they're on stage tonight, I think, at South Point.
I mean, yeah, I think we should definitely grab
I
them.
mean, they've been contacting us, so, you know.
How much are they?
Right, they do like 80
Well,
insurance.
I got him down to 1,500. He started out, he goes, "Oh, how much you pay? Like 2,500?" I'm like, "Oh no, we don't have that much." So I said, "I think we're paying about 1,000, 1,500." He's like, "I think we could do that." So
Does that sound doable?
That's fine.
that's way less than I think we paid like Bon Journey.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Timothy Earl Band.
Now, Black Dog Hollow, I'm okay with dealing with the fact they have us on our schedule and we don't know how or why, but 2 doesn't really work because if we're closing out the day with DJ Matt, he would be at least 3 to 6.
So we would
So
tell
we
them
would
what
want
time.
them like noon to 3, right?
That long.
I mean, we
Did-
don't even have paperwork on them.
Yeah, they're usually a 2-hour set, I thought.
So like 1 to 3.
Well, we want a half hour between them and Matt.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they
I think
gotta tear
were,
down.
I was back painting pumpkins. I can hardly hear them,
Yeah.
but they were pretty good. They're
Were
like
they on the spreadsheet?
country.
We've had them almost every year
Yeah.
for the last, they're actually based in Muse,
Oh, okay.
and they do all kinds of music and stuff, and people like
Oh,
them.
you're fine.
They did a good job last year.
Yeah.
And they're cheap. And hopefully they'll be flexible.
No.
So so when are the animals there?
Well, what I sent you was basically what we had last year, and I took out some of the other things. So, we're gonna have opening ceremonies at 11 on Saturday, 11 to 11:15. That's introductions, the whole 9 yards. The first real event or show is gonna be at 11:30. So, if it's Lori Ann's, Master Nom asked if he could go around between noon and 12:30, and he only wants a half an hour. So, we could do that. He wants to be down in the grass. So, if we wanted to go with Lori Ann's at 11:30, or if you wanted to start right at 12 with Master Nom's demonstration and then roll into Lori Ann's, it's really going to come down to what they want to do, And if somebody would reach out to them and see if they're interested, I don't know. It's just they've been here the last 6 years,
You know them,
Didn't
right?
we bring in
Yeah.
the animal people to while the band was setting up? It was something to fill that
Correct.
that void while they
What
were
I'm saying is,
Super
Master Nom
popular.
can be down in front of the stage, all right, while, somebody's setting up behind them. So if we wanted to move the animals to after that first show, I could easily see the first show going from 12:30 to maybe 2:30, and then the next one starting at 3.
And I think Master Nom was willing to do Sunday one day, right, where Lori Ann prefers Saturday.
Yes,
So Master Nom could also be a fill-in on Sunday,
he's
I
just
think.
happy to be here. So we can put him wherever you want.
Okay, so Delaney's kind of wanted to do Saturday, so they could be our like closeout. Like he was thinking 7 o'clock. I said, no, it'll be done. Like,
Yeah.
Well, if you
and that
want
might be good for them. Like if they do 5 to 7, they could even go somewhere else, maybe.
yeah,
Yeah,
or
okay.
if you wanted to, because they're a big name, if you wanted to say, till 8 o'clock, I mean, people can stick around. I don't think the vendors would stay, but people could stick around, I mean, I know all of us are probably going to want to get out because we start 10 o'clock the next morning.
Yeah.
But ask them what they want to do. What's make sure you paint the picture for them. Say, there's not going to be the thousands standing at the stage like you're used to. It's a community type event with booths and everything. So people are going to be going through. The music's going to be echoing through the valley, and yeah, there's going to be stands there. Some are going to be full, and sometimes they're not going to be full. So
So are we gonna have one band on Saturday? 2 bands? Do we have-
thinking 2, and then
The other one that I looked at was that hit list that I just found. I mean, I just Googled like Canonsburg local bands. They popped up. They're not in Canonsburg. I think they're out of Wexford. I think they're more like a wedding band, but they're very reasonable. They're like $1,000. So, but if anybody has something else that's not a polka band,
Well, the ones I sent from Canonsburg Parks and Rec, I have to pull them up and listen to them and stuff. So.
okay.
Well, everybody liked Garrett Totano. They didn't really play polka.
they play a variety of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody filled out what they liked.
Speaking of polka,
Yeah.
Were those the old ones?
There were old ones on there and there were new ones on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
we're
I
not
can't
going to have
remember that far
polka on
Yeah.
Sunday?
No polka.
Blasphemy.
I can send you the link again.
Last year, I was promised that would be the very last polka.
I did promise her. I did promise that.
Come on.
But they can play other stuff. I'll send you the link.
Top
though.
40?
Desperate.
I thought they were pretty good, the Titanos
I did
band.
too.
I thought they were
They
good.
were not just all polka, and they were
I just
younger.
remember that man coming up to me the one night at the movie night. He was like an older gentleman. He's like, "Are you going to have the polka band here for the festival?" And I was like, "They come to." Just saying.
They're real big with the over 85.
How much are the polka band people?
Not much at all.
Why don't you plug
I
them
think they
in
were
for an hour?
$900 last year.
Why don't you do it for like an hour or something? I don't know.
If we have them, that would just be an hour.
Only if you're standing on stage.
You're wearing
with-
me down.
Let me send you the link and we'll go from there.
I mean,
How about that?
I do remember them.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember they were younger than what I thought, and they.
Yeah.
I think,
did
yeah, my
things
kids
other than
graduated high
polka.
school with them, so yeah, and Garrett did all kind of different stuff. Yeah, my
Yeah,
kids
they
went to
play
school
all
with
kinds
them.
of stuff. They-
His
Do you want
mom
me
used to
tell
own.
Hit list no, or did you? Was that?
Me personally, I didn't like them that much, but like I said,
Who's
They
that?
were like contemporary stuff.
Yeah.
Like they were doing Pink Pony Club, and they were doing like modern.
They
They
have
were
a-
doing like
They have a following.
40.
They do have a look. They do have a following.
it was about 1,200 people.
Kind of that too.
Delaney's will do anything. Like
Yeah.
they would do 80s. They would do. I mean, they
Yeah.
seem to. They'll tailor it to whatever we want. He said, "Here's our set list. If you want to change it, like we can tell them what we want, and then we can also tell the DJ what to do. Like if there's anything anybody really wants to hear, the DJ can do it. So
Yeah, we could set up the screen and rerun old Lawrence Welk, if you really wanted polka.
oh God no.
Bubble machine.
No bubble machine.
The thing with, I mean, we usually have these bands like locked in like April, so we're kind of, we need to.
Yeah. I'll send you the link when I get home tonight to that spreadsheet that
Okay.
she's talking
There were
about
a
there.
bunch on there. A
Yeah,
bunch
there
of
were a
options.
bunch, and some of them were new. They've contacted us, and they,
But most of them were over $1,000. Like the big ones that we had last year, like we had Bon Journey, which was really big.
well, we don't want. I mean, we know we don't want
Can't,
them. Yeah,
we can't
know we
afford
don't
them.
want
They
them.
were great.
but there were some new bands on that list that we had never used.
Okay.
So
Can we look at who McSummerfest? Who are they bringing
Summerfest.
to
I
them?
mean, they always get people. They get the big bands. They pay.
They can't all be big. Maybe they have like somebody that I haven't seen a list of them yet, but I saw the
I
ad.
can Google and
for
see. I actually know.
It's coming,
ask
right?
Bill
It's like
Boggs.
July into August or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of
I
July.
can ask what they're doing. So if that's the case, if we're gonna look at other bands, then I need everybody else to like tell me what they want. 'Cause-
Well, I think everybody filled that one spreadsheet.
Yeah.
out,
okay.
Like with comments.
Yeah.
And I think we had to check yes or no for each one.
But the thing is, like, some of those on there might not be in our price range anymore, because now we seem to have fallen into a very.
Like Josie.
We've got to.
She's
Yeah, I
25,000.
don't remember.
Yeah.
what-
She was awesome. We had a little girl that's now like big hit in Nashville. So.
She hit it big now. She's in Nashville and
She's too big for us.
Oh, there was Desperados, Street Level, the Mazeroskis,
Yeah, they're a bunch.
Hug McKinney and the
I did look at,
Embracers,
yeah, some
Joe
of them.
Wandrick and 51 South.
Is that at McSummerfest?
No, this is the ones that have contacted us that we had on the,
Can we re-listen to the link so the link's still there? We can like give it
Yeah.
a shot one more time.
Okay.
all right, so I'll get that sent out to you. Because, yeah, we do need to be finalizing all this.
Why don't we lock in Delaney's
Yeah.
and then we'll
And
see
Bebop.
who else.
And see with Black Dog Hollow if they could do an earlier set that's done at 2:30 or 3?
And ask
Sunday.
them about a
Sunday,
contract.
yeah.
Because we
Okay.
don't have a contract on them at all for that.
No.
So.
No, they just assumed. They just put us on their
As far as we know.
schedule.
The only ones I see overlap from us at McSummerfest are the Next and Timothy Earl. So they've got Arena Days, Leadfoot Lover, Jukebox, Radio Tokyo, the Next, Velveeta, 51 South Band, and Timothy Earl, July 26th through August 2nd.
And we had Timothy Earl band and we had
Yeah.
Next, and they were really, really good. But how much they were they out of our range?
Timothy Earl was
Radio.
1,500.
Oh,
Yeah, it was surprising for being that big on country like Froggy Radio and that type of thing. They are inexpensive.
They were pretty good.
They were.
Jukebox
Oh, I
is
love
probably a
that.
cover band, so, that might be one to check out their page.
We've seen Velveeta play in Bridgeville before. They were pretty good.
Were they good?
Yeah, they were.
Radio Tokyo.
Velveeta.
Okay.
I
Velveeta,
don't really know anything about it.
They played that rail yard or whatever it was in Bridgeville.
so
Like
Mhm.
Dairy
you got
Delighted, a
Velveeta
little
down
bar.
in
They
Jukebox?
went there for dinner one night. And It just
Jukebox.
happened to be. It was
Yeah.
a fluke. We didn't
Heather
know it
said
was
she
right
said
time.
Velveeta.
I can't even hear the band.
I guess
for
we
it.
used
I'm
to have
at,
6
I
bands,
can't
but now
either.
we're just gonna
Yeah,
have
I'm usually down the
Yeah.
kids area.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we
So
started
far, we've
having
only chosen one,
And so we have,
the Delaney.
if we have Delaney's and Black Dog Hollow, so we still need
one more, yeah.
2 more.
No, because we're gonna have 2 on Saturday and 1 on Sunday. And
Oh, I
then
thought
the
we were
DJ on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Just 3 bands.
I thought we were doing 2 and 2.
You told me to go ahead and book Matt to close out Sunday. I
Yeah,
mean,
but so what are we going to do Sunday though? I mean, we have
Black
a lot of
Dog
time.
Hollow.
We're going to go from 10 until 6.
Oh, so
All
we need
right,
somebody
one band
early.
is only going to be 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two,
Okay.
2 and 2.
All right.
So we
We'll
need 2 more, right?
2 more.
Huh?
We need 2 more bands then,
Okay.
right?
unless you do
Yeah.
Wild World Animals on Sunday. So, it also depends on how you do those,
Yeah,
the,
Setup.
and the karate.
We'll wait to see when Lori Ann.
Lori
Right.
Allen always likes to do. I just pulled up the schedule last year. She does
Saturday morning.
Saturday 11:15 to noon, and the NAMS did noon to 12:30. And Lori likes to keep her time just because consistency with the
I'm fine with
group.
that.
So I'll reach out to her and
Yeah.
confirm.
I'm fine with that because what that'll mean is we have to
gets her-
stop the introductions and the opening ceremonies at 11:15 so they can get on stage.
Right.
And then if Nom is down in the grass, that means whoever's coming on after can set up on Nom. While Nom's doing his thing.
Right. That's perfect. I'll reach out to Lori
Yeah.
Allen.
And I
confirm
sent
it.
you the schedules, from 2 or 3 different fall festivals of what the entertainment was.
Okay.
So if you can't find that email, let me know and I'll send it to you again.
Is that Canamac band gonna
Yeah, when are they?
open up?
I emailed him last year,
Yeah.
The marching band?
so, yeah, they always
The whole
start
band?
yeah.
Oh, that's
Well,
And all
not
their
the whole
parents
band,
come,
but-
so it's already a big
Yeah.
influx of people already for the festival
Yeah.
when they all come.
Who is the
I
band
didn't even
director?
realize they did that. That's on Saturday morning.
Falvo. Yeah, they open,
cool.
they're part of the opening ceremony.
I love hearing them.
Yeah, which also I looked that up, and our minister this year should be from Cecil Alliance.
Okay, John.
Yeah.
John Patterson.
Yeah. So I looked that up.
Do we check out Homecoming? We're not messing up
Yeah, does that,
Homecoming
do
this
we
year.
know yet when it is?
I don't. Homecoming that messed us up last year with everything.
That's what we
That
thought.
late?
last year it was.
It was, yeah, we
It
lost all
really
of our
hurt us.
volunteers, we lost the band, we lost everything
man.
because of it, yeah.
Yeah,
We struggled.
yep.
That school calendar's out.
Yeah, I don't,
Okay.
they have
Yeah,
homecoming
can you
on it
check
though,
it
I
and
did
let
see
us
it
know?
come out, but I don't know if you put it.
Okay, children's events, Nicole, Heather, and Lauren. I'm assuming we're just going with what we always did. We have the
Pumpkins, the
bounce
face painters,
houses,
and
the face painting,
Train,
the train. So,
The pumpkins.
petting
Pumpkin.
zoo,
Sorry, did you?
yeah,
horses.
Yeah, there's a lot for the kids.
yeah.
And as soon as school opens, we could contact Kara and check and get the volunteers set up for.
Now, can we use that sign up genius for the kids? Because I think that'd be
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
perfect. It fills right in their slots, and
Yep, you can use it.
that'd be great.
It'll
Yeah,
be a
we-
lot easier than using the other.
Yep.
We got the high premier or premium or whatever, didn't we?
Yeah.
We got the better one, so you should have some flexibility in that this year.
Because that's because the kids just go right in and
Yeah.
pick their time slot, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think, did you give Heather access yet?
I thought so. You don't? All right, I'll check
We've
that.
talked about it. I don't remember.
I thought I did. I'll give it to you tonight.
Okay.
They don't have homecoming on here.
Can't hear
Not
you.
on the public calendar, yeah, I don't know.
I always thought it was earlier than that.
It usually is.
Yeah.
Last year, I don't know why it was so late, but people were even posting on Facebook. Doesn't Canon Mac know they shouldn't interfere with Oktoberfest, Cecil Festival, or Apple
Yeah, I
Festival?
mean, we released school early on Oktoberfest
Yeah.
Eve, so because the roads closed.
Yeah.
down.
Okay, so Barb and Lauren are working on mascots. We don't need to know anything about that this early. And of course, concession stands, it's everybody.
Two of them did get back to me.
Okay.
The zoo and the wild thing can come.
The zoo can come,
The zoo
cool.
can come, yes, on
Cool. Oh,
Saturday.
wow.
So that's exciting. But I told you guys the Riverhounds want $200.
Yeah, we're
So
not
just
paying.
not
He was always free.
Yeah,
And then there's somebody that I talked with at Saris,
Okay. There's was-
Kim.
Coco.
Did you?
I can reach out to her, or I can give you her number. Like I called her, like she's their marketing person. Normally they charge for that, but
Yeah.
they've never charged us.
Okay.
The only
Yeah,
thing
'cause
is
their
like,
price was high on the website. I saw.
yeah.
yeah, that's like if somebody wants to like have them at a party or something, but they always came for free. Everybody came for free. The other one that came for free was Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
I can't find contact info.
Oh,
I have-
I have it too.
Okay.
I have both
And
locations.
Chick-fil-A. That was the only
Um,
other one I can't find.
And Chick-fil-A, you just have to
Contact
bug them, and it depends.
I need to know who though, because I
have that
looked
too.
online and I can't find.
Nicole's
who
going
it
to try
is.
to do that Smiley,
Nicole's gonna do
the
the
Eaton Park thing,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of
the-
lot of
the-
paperwork.
So I just need
Texas Roadhouse, he
and
came from the
Chick-fil-A.
Washington location last year, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
I
I think
took
so.
a screenshot. I was going to send it to you.
That's
and then I didn't want it back
61
to you.
marketing at Texas Roadhouse.
Yes. And
Okay.
yeah, and I have the girl's name. I'll send that to you.
Okay.
Yeah, their store number's always part of their,
Oh, okay.
Who else did we have? And then the Observer Reporter has somebody, but then
Or-
they're
it's a newspaper, it's a rolled up newspaper.
Aw.
yeah, they were going to
You
do
don't want
it, and then they lost the kid.
Yeah. So,
Quit.
they really should get themselves out here. They've never done it, and they're everywhere, and they should get themselves in Cecil.
Well, they're now like based out of like West Virginia or something. Like
Well, that's
whoever
where the
owns
printer
it.
is.
And then whoever the mascot was, that's why
Yeah.
they couldn't.
It's
come up or
printed in West
something.
Virginia now.
Yeah,
Do we
and gets
have
mailed.
like specific
No, my nephew
times?
still delivers papers.
It's 8:00. I know. Let's go.
Do they all come at once? The mascots?
No, we schedule them out, like,
Okay, so
we
I
pay
think those
attention to
two
what
are
they want, and
Both
then,
Saturday. Do you want like? Should I tell them specific times? They left it kind of open.
They like to come when it's busiest, and usually they bring something to give out. Like the busiest time is usually like 12 to 2. That's what I tell them, but I tell them we will take whatever time you have.
That's what I.
because there was one time we had two big ones at the same time.
Right.
So we don't. I mean,
And
we
the
only have two
princess,
so
but that's
far.
okay.
That's
because
okay. There's so many people milling around. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only
'Cause
other thing, like if it's drizzling, like last year it was drizzling, like the pretzel, like those costumes cost so much
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
like they couldn't come out.
Yeah.
Like he came and put it on and it started to rain, like he couldn't walk around very long
I mean,
because.
at the same time, the princesses are on Saturday, the superheroes are on Sunday, so there's always
Okay.
something moving around.
So I can just tell them whenever they want.
Yeah.
And
And they usually bring somebody, but I always ask them, sometimes they need somebody to walk around with them.
Yeah.
And they they will ask it where they can get change. They can get
They've
change
asked that,
in the
yeah.
back of our concession stand in the
that's what I-
storage area.
I said we have an area for them
Yeah.
to change. But the only other thing was parking. Like, are we gonna have?
We
maybe-
Yes,
reserve
they
them a
get
space.
they get a special
Okay.
place, and we tell them.
Cause that is
Although
an issue.
I think one of them last year, that place got filled or something.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
Jack had to go retrieve them
both-
from somewhere.
Both mascots have asked about parking, so
Yeah.
we're gonna have to make sure that
We get
have
them
a
VIP.
spot.
Didn't you have like
Yeah.
a spots over there by the tennis court bar? or something
Yeah.
For them each one?
But the thing is we have to have somebody down there to make sure that nobody parks in it. I mean, I always go ballistic because people park in the handicap, and
No.
Do they really?
yes, they do, including some of our
I mean, one of the things we can do if it's,
supervisors are like,
Oh.
we're
I was like, I'm
VIPs.
entitled.
We're VIPs. Like,
if it's a matter of parking, we can have them park on the other side of the tennis courts, come around the back, and then just walk over to the concession stand. Getting somebody down that walkway when we already have events set up there, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Okay, so whether it's Saturday afternoon or Sunday, whatever, I would rather have them come around the back and then park next to the stage and then walk into the concession stand, and then they could walk out and leave the same way. That would be much easier.
I think for now, I just need to be able to say, yes, we have reserved parking
Yeah,
for you.
we'll
and
make it
we can
work.
give them details later.
Yeah.
Make it work, even if they come, see, once I get the bleachers set up there, it's gonna be tight. If Gary's set up and everything, I can't have them driving through there. So the best thing for them to do would come around the back, park over by the tennis court, the cyclone fence between the stream and the tennis courts, park in there, and then they could leave just as easily. So,
that's Kim Geyer.
They came last year, right?
Yeah, and I think Kim actually came with the pretzel, but then they had to leave because it was.
No, with the
And they
pretzel, it
didn't
was
charge you.
Lindsay Webster.
Oh, okay, but they had to leave because it was.
Yeah.
They didn't want to get the pretzel
Okay.
wet.
Okay.
And then
And I'll
Stephanie
just
Kelly.
get it again, like they know it's free.
Oh, God.
Yeah, tell them, we're so thrilled that you
Okay.
donate your time. And
Yeah.
then I have Stephanie Kelly, and then I have, here's the.
Oh,
the one
Stephanie's
for-
not at the Wild Things anymore.
Oh,
We
okay.
have the wild thing.
Yeah, but she's not there anymore. It's Caleb.
This is the Texas Roadhouse. They always come.
Does Canamac have a mascot?
Oh, that mascot is so ugly.
Is it?
They have a mascot?
I know, we used, back in the day.
Do you want to
it
see if
was
you
like
can,
I don't know who I would ask about that, but yeah, I can look into it.
probably the guidance
I
counselor
would,
would be.
I mean, it would be a hit because it's Canamac around
What
here.
is
I
it?
know that it's a Big Mac. It's a
Irish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A scary looking Highlander.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had one, but it was a real good with the bagpipes, but that was in '70s or whatever.
We had that at Baldwin High School too. We were the
Yeah.
Highlanders.
Okay, anything else right now for Fall Festival?
Oops, sorry.
Okay, so Gianni's Pizza launch starts next Wednesday. And I like the idea of each Wednesday, us go out on our Facebook page and saying, hey, order your pizza today and post a picture of it,
I threw that on there. I don't know if anybody would like that
I think
idea or
stopped in
not,
the
or just.
store.
No, I think it's a
in-
great idea.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
awesome. Did you
awesome
come up with
idea.
that?
Yeah, when I was doing
And
the
it's
agenda, I
always like-
thought of it.
I
I'm
read
like,
that and I went,
The town
idea.
at Chick-fil-A.
I love
You
it.
have to
And they
stop
would
and
love
like
it,
talk
too.
to the manager
Yeah.
and say
So,
who.
good idea.
that's- we should all
could
be sure we
call.
do
They
it
don't
that
answer
first
their phones.
Wednesday and
Yeah.
get the
Yeah,
get
that's
it
a good
going
idea.
or something. or-
Like,
That's why
I know that
think
we're
just
doing like
stopped
an event
down.
for each Wednesday for the
One year-
thing, I mean,
one
which
year they
is,
came
but a
from
lot of
Washington,
families
and they
just
tried to get the
decide,
one in
I'm not
Bridgeville
cooking, I
because
want to
they're
order a
closer.
pizza.
They didn't-
How do we target those people?
Well,
The
don't,
day
the
of.
one thing I
Every
don't
time.
think we want to do is take that event and put
Washington
it under
came.
discussion under the event. We actually just want to make a post in our page.
Then we can all just start
say,
sharing and yeah.
Hey, don't
I
forget
think
to order
that's
your
it.
Gianna's Pizza today and post a picture.
Princess
Or, your-
engagements.
order from
You're gonna
Gianni's
contact
today and
them,
post a
right?
picture of your food.
I can.
And like, if you do at everyone too, it actually sends that message out to everybody. Now, I don't know if we want to do that, but I've been doing it more with some things.
Come with the
But,
marching band.
I think we actually have to make a post and,
Mhm.
Could,
you know.
is there any way to do like an email blast from like the school
For what? For Gianni?
for Gianni so that parents can go, hey, let's order
mean-
pizza for dinner for that?
like now?
It's
I
just
mean-
that the secretaries aren't in right now,
But
but
I mean, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Be able
there
to
is.
reach the people for that Wednesday, like, hey, let's do it because
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sign up for a pizza 2 weeks from now on a Wednesday. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think people will go for that unless they want to help us out and, we'll do it. But I think that
My
You just wanna
contact
send the flyer.
of
don't
youth
know.
would
Like,
always, she
blast
would
the
do those
flyer
email
out.
blasts
what's
for us,
the way
yeah.
to get in the hands of the parents of the family. I
They
don't
do
know.
have a system
I
that
know
like can
school's
send
out,
a
but-
PDF.
Yeah.
But the secretaries usually handle that, at least at my building, our secretary does all that.
Someone
Is there
someone
open,
has the
open
list.
Canamac parents thing though? Like a Facebook page?
Oh, I
Like,
don't know, I'm not on any of those parent ones. I think there are for each class,
yeah.
but they're all like, yeah.
There used to be that Canamac, it was kind of based in Canonsburg, I think, where it was like open posts about information, but it seems to have died off.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
And we
The
didn't get
school-
in the latest issue of the, I just got that in Canon Mac,
yeah, I just got it
and I
too.
saw I had everybody,
Yeah, I
like,
threw it
everybody's
away.
fall festival, everybody's, like, community
Oh, yeah,
day,
we need to reach out
but
to
not
them.
ours.
Yeah,
we
you
need to-
usually have to like approach them, I think, for stuff like that.
Okay.
Um,
So we'll see how it goes. They're all on vacation up in Erie, having a good time,
We need
but
to do
next
more
week
of that. We
we'll,
always, it's like, we just have,
yeah.
like, one person has to decide, yeah, they're gonna do it and do it, because nobody's really done a good job of us getting, like, media.
Communicating with them.
Yeah. You
Okay,
did have it one time, right? You did it. Didn't you get us in there?
in where?
One of those.
Oh, in the, yeah, well, it's right across the street
There's a
from me.
video about our fall fest on like Washington.
Yeah, we gotta
TV.
make sure we get Fall Fest. Yeah, that,
It's like a promotional video.
the Washington,
was really
we need to
nice.
contact them. The,
It's like the county website, right? Or
it's the Washington Tourist.
okay,
Oh,
that's
you
Washington
know who else
County
I
Tourist.
reached out to was like McGruff.
Yeah.
Like I reached out to her months ago.
who? I don't know. Who,
McGruff.
McGruff.
what's that? Who?
It's the one from the safety,
Oh, for a
The
mascot.
state
Oh,
police. She
yeah.
might have got her position cut.
Oh.
like everything else.
Okay.
We're not going there.
No,
Yeah,
because she said she would come.
okay. Did I send you that list, all the mascots that I've collected over time?
don't
I
think
wrote it
so.
down to check,
Okay.
okay.
There's 1,000.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. A lot more than you realize, like
The
I saw.
tricky part is getting them for free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the, one place that does insulation, I've seen they've been doing community days and they have the Pink Panther.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But, for Fall Festival, we're talking somebody like that paying to have a booth, But then they would have the Pink Panther with their booth anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll have to see if I can find them. Okay, anything else?
Nope.
Arden has requested, and I think we're all in favor, who were in the concession stand on movie night, to get some sort of air circulating in there. So I think you looked at something, didn't you, Jack?
We talked, okay, never mind.
No, he yelled, I listened, so.
He told me, yeah.
Oh, you sent me a picture from Rural Bird.
Yeah, there's
Rural
a
whatever.
fan, it's about $30 at Royal King, it's more, it's for the floor. I'm gonna get that one to start. If it doesn't work out, I'm gonna keep it, and we'll do something else. But this, I was standing in front of it the other day. Yeah,
20-inch.
It's a decent sized fan. I was standing the other day, and it was like, where is that air coming? And I looked down, and it's this fan sitting on the.
Wait,
Oh.
that's the one that was $30?
Yep.
Oh.
I was just like, for $30, that's kicking that much air. So,
And it's 20 inches, so you're talking about mounting it or just leaving it on the floor?
dude, that's not 20 inches.
That's what it
like
said in
3
that
feet.
one you sent me. The
Is it
picture.
an air
Yeah,
problem or
but-
was it a bee problem? Because if the bees are up here, a floor fan's not gonna stop
Yeah,
your.
well,
Oh, it was
I
hot.
just meant,
There were bugs, but it was hot.
but I mean, would you mount that in the corner?
If it works.
It
all right?
sounds like it would be, all we need is one, really, to
Yeah.
get around the food.
Yeah, but see that my concern is this: if we put it up and we tilt it down, is it going to cool off the hot dogs too quickly? Is it going to, the coffee or anything like that? So if we have it on the ground, blowing air up, you're more concerned about the bugs getting pushed out, right? I think this has enough power that it will push, anything that's flying around. It'll push them away from where you guys are up in the front. If it works and it works on the ground, we can mount it. That's not a problem. If it doesn't work, I'm going to keep it and I'm going to find something else.
The only food that's exposed is if we use the roller of the hot dog thing, right?
Right. That's why I'm saying if you put it up and you blow that air, that cool air,
You don't want it blowing on that.
what is it? Heat rises and cool air falls.
Yeah.
That's the
this
thing.
is
You'll be
right
blowing that cool air right across those hot dogs. So what I'm thinking is, if we put it down lower, it's blowing that air up, but it's not hitting like the hot dogs and everything head on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's up to you. You guys are the ones sweating in there.
I mean, it could go right underneath the microwave things,
Right.
you know what I mean, and just
Right.
blow it that
Yeah.
way.
Right. Worst case scenario, I put it back in that corner. You know where the window between the front and the back section is.
Yeah.
Over where the mic. If I put it up in that corner, it won't. It'll
Yeah.
be blowing air over, but it's not hitting the food
Right.
directly.
Right.
That's my only concern with that.
Well, you had mentioned a black light inside too, which would
Yeah.
probably be great too.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the black light, the old-fashioned ones. Actually, they're hard to find. They're in the form of an actual light bulb now that has those electric zapper stuff built in. So it's like a light bulb, and it's got a like a cage around it, and the flies fly in there, and that's where they get cooked. So I'm gonna see where I can put those up. But if I can get the older ones, the ones that we grew up with. I'm going to hang it probably down by the popcorn machine, and then one in the back to try to track some of those. Now,
Yep.
they'll probably work when the lights are out the most, but by the same token, there'll be something killing these bugs, as kind of as a backup.
They might be illegal, those
Well,
old
like
ones.
movie night, we're lit up, so the bugs come right
Yeah.
to the concession
Yeah,
stand because we're the only light that's on. So,
Yeah.
and it was
Little
swarming,
gnats,
swarming the other night. It was like, I had to
I don't
get
know,
out.
they leave me alone.
And Arden has one of those
Yeah.
fly
Oh.
swatters.
Oh, we got the fly swatter one. It's like a tennis racket, and you just hit it, and it kills it, and we have a ball with it at home.
All right, anything else?
Hit a few board members with
On
it.
that note,
On that note,
Okay, meeting adjourned at 8:10.
I have to show you the little Moana
okay,
video.
give me 10 bucks. Did you give me 10 bucks?
right now.
You gave it to me.
AM 20.
Yes, they
Again,
loved
20.
it. They
Sure, sell it
loved
out.
Do me.
it. It was, yeah, because we put them all, like, we didn't, they were far out,